Have you ever sat at the kitchen table with a cup of coffee, looking out the window and thinking, should I go back to work? Maybe it's not about needing the money, though sometimes that's part of it. Maybe it's just wanting to feel useful again, to have somewhere to be, to have a purpose that gets you out of bed in the morning. But right behind that thought comes the doubt. What if no one hires me? What if I can't keep up? What if I've been out of the game too long? You're not the only one asking those questions. I've had them too, and I want to tell you this right now. Thinking about working after 60 isn't a sign of being behind. It's a sign of still having something to give. If you're nodding along, or even just a little curious, hit that subscribe button. This channel is a space for real talk, real support, and practical advice for people navigating life after 60. You don't have to figure this all out on your own, and you're definitely not too late. I get it. You've put in your years. You've worked hard, raised a family, maybe even retired once already. The idea of stepping back into the working world, whether part-time, full-time, or even just volunteering, can feel overwhelming. And not just because of the job itself. It's everything that comes with it. The technology, the fast pace, the unspoken pressure to keep up with folks half your age. There's a quiet kind of frustration that builds when you feel like your experience is being overlooked. You walk into an interview or send out a resume, and suddenly age becomes this invisible wall. You start wondering if you're wasting your time, if it's even worth the effort. Maybe someone even said something that stung, like you're overqualified, or worse, we've decided to go in another direction. And then there's the personal stuff, the little voice in your head whispering, maybe they're right. Maybe I'm too old for this. That voice can be hard to quiet, especially when all you're trying to do is find something meaningful again. But let me tell you something. If that's where you are right now, you're not alone. So many people in their 60s and 70s are quietly wrestling with the same questions, the same doubts. You're not behind, and you're not broken. You're just standing in a new chapter, unsure of how to turn the page. Here's the good news. There's a way forward. Working after 60 doesn't have to mean squeezing yourself into a role that doesn't fit or pretending to be someone you're not. In fact, this stage of life can actually open doors to the kind of work that's more aligned with who you are now, your values, your pace, your experience. You don't have to chase someone else's definition of success anymore. You get to define what meaningful work looks like for you. Maybe it's part-time hours doing something you love. Maybe it's mentoring younger folks in your old field, passing on the kind of wisdom you had to earn the hard way. Or maybe it's finally starting that little business you've always dreamed about, but never had the time for before. The truth is, this age can bring a new kind of confidence, the kind that comes from knowing what really matters and being brave enough to pursue it. I've seen people step into second careers that brought them more joy than their first. I've seen folks learn new skills, start fresh, and thrive. Not because they were trying to compete, but because they finally had the freedom to choose what worked for them. You still have so much to offer. You're not starting from scratch, you're starting from experience. And that's a powerful place to be. So let's talk about what actually works, real, practical steps you can take if you're thinking about working after 60. First, start by getting really honest with yourself about why you want to work. Is it for the income? Is it about having structure in your day? Is it about connecting with people again? Your why matters because it'll help you figure out what kind of work will actually bring you satisfaction, not just fill up your time. You don't have to go back to what you did before unless you really want to. In fact, now's the perfect time to get creative. I know a woman named June who worked in accounting for 30 years. When she turned 64, she started a dog walking business in her neighborhood, just a few clients a week. She's outside, moving, chatting with people, and making money on her own terms. She told me she's never felt more alive. And maybe you're thinking, that sounds great, but I'm not tech savvy enough. Here's the truth. You don't need to be a computer whiz. You just need to learn what you need for the kind of work you're doing. Maybe it's setting up a simple email account, maybe learning to use Zoom, or creating a profile on a site like Indeed or LinkedIn. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Libraries, community centers, and even YouTube can teach you more than you think, step by step. Also, don't underestimate the value of your life experience. Things like patience, reliability, clear communication, and empathy. Those are huge assets in today's working world. You may not have a flashy resume, but you've got decades of lived experience, and that's something you should be proud to put forward. And if you do decide to go for it, set boundaries. Protect your energy. You've earned a right to say no to toxic work environments, to choose flexibility, to prioritize your health and peace of mind over pressure and pace. The goal isn't to burn out all over again. It's to build something that fits your life now. If you're still with me, that tells me something. You're not just curious, you're ready. Ready to step into this next chapter with intention, with courage, and with a little more confidence than you had a few minutes ago. And I want to help you keep that momentum going. In the next video, I'm sharing 5 low-stress, flexible job ideas that are perfect for folks over 60. Some of them you've probably never even considered, but they've been absolute game changers for people just like you. Whether you want to work from home, be around others, or finally turn a lifelong hobby into something profitable, these ideas could be the fresh start you've been looking for. So, go ahead and click on that next video. It's waiting for you. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of the tips, stories, and support I've got coming your way. Because this isn't just about work, it's about creating a life that feels good again. Before you head out, I'd really love to hear from you. Are you thinking about going back to work? Have you already made that leap? Or maybe you've been hesitating, unsure of where to begin. Whatever your story is, I invite you to share in the comments. This space isn't just about me talking at you. It's about us building something together. When you share your experience, it helps someone else feel seen. You might say exactly what another person needs to hear today. And if you're reading through the comments and see someone else struggling, leave them a kind word. That small gesture, it can mean more than you know. And hey, if you got a friend or neighbor who's in the same boat, thinking about working again but unsure how to start, send them this video. Let's keep this circle of support growing. We're stronger together, and there's so much we can still do, still give, and still become. Thanks for spending time with me today.